Next, as I told you, dear students, is the adjective of number. Number, we all know, is something that is exact in number. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth, right? So as I told you already, that many, that is for countable nouns. So we use the adjectives of number to describe those nouns which are countable in nature. Those nouns which tell us, how many people were there, how many things were there. So you know what was the number of things or what was the number of people or even the order of a person. What do I mean by order of a person? For example, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and so on and so forth. So, adjectives of number, unlike the adjective of quantity, are those adjectives that tell us the number of something or the order of something. For example, if I say, I have 10 books. What is the number that describes the number of books that I have? 10. So I have 10 books that describes my books, and books are something that can easily be counted by me. So this is a countable noun. If I say there are 2 girls in the class. How many girls are there? If I say another example, there are a few seats left for the movie. How many seats are there? A few seats. I am using a few to represent seats, which is very much countable in nature. If I give you another example, she stood third in the class. So what was the position of her in the class? In what order was she in the class? Third. So these words, which have a number 10, 20, 30, 40, which have an order first, second, fourth, fifth, 10th, or numbers like few, a few, the few, many, several. These are the words which are used before the adjectives as used adjectives of number, because they always represent a countable. Let us look at the examples given in your book. He has 10 rupees for you. I can very well count 10 rupees. Remember, I told you there's a difference between rupees and money. Money is uncountable while rupees is countable. He is 60 years of age. So I know the years. How many years? 60 years. This is the second edition of the book. So this is the order in which the book was published. The teacher warned Ramesh several times. Again, several, as I told you, is an adjective of number because it is used before a noun which is countable in nature. Other than that, if we say we have no fans in the kitchen, again, no fans. I'm using the adjective no to describe fans that I have. Fans are countable in nature. There are only a few seats lying vacant. Again, as I've already discussed, seats is countable and few is the adjective of number. Most men have to work hard to earn their bread and butter. Men, which is the plural of man. We can count the number of men or the number of women that we have in front of us, therefore most. So these words like most, few, several, no, 10, 20, 30, first, second, third, these are all the adjectives of number. And what is the question that they ask? They answer the question how many or in what order. If it is the order that it is representing, we ask the question in what way or what order. Otherwise, we ask the question how many. So for adjective of quantity, we ask the question how much. Why? Because much is used for uncountable and adjective of quantity is also used for uncountable. While for adjectives of number, we ask the question how many, because many is used for exact number, something which can be counted, and therefore we use it for the adjective of. Now the next type of adjectives, now this is going to be a little easy for you now because we have already completed the chapter pronouns before this. So we know what are demonstrative pronouns. So demonstrative adjectives again are the same. These are the demonstrative adjectives. Again, this is used for something which is singular in nature plus it is near to you. We use that for something which is singular in nature but it is plural. It is singular in nature but it is far away from you. We use these for something which is plural in nature and is near to you. We use those for something which is plural and is far away. This is exactly what we learned when we did the demonstrative pronouns. Now, where and how do we use the demonstrative pronouns? Again, as we have done that earlier. So, demonstrative adjectives. Always remember, adjectives are those words which are used with the noun because they qualify the noun. So, they have to be used with a noun. So, this man is very sad. Here, this is my demonstrative adjective because it is used to qualify the noun man. These mangoes are ripe. These is my demonstrative adjective. Why? Because it is used before a noun. That statue is broken. What is my noun? Statue. And since that is used before the noun, therefore it is a demonstrative adjective. If I give you another example, those men are mysterious. What is my noun in the sentence? Men. And those is describing the noun, telling us something about the noun. Therefore, it is a demonstrative adjective. So, demonstrative adjectives, my dear students, are those adjectives which are used before a noun to point out at something. This, that, these, those, same. Okay. For example, let us look at the examples given in your book. This boy is very polite. I've used this before the boy, which is a noun, so it is a demonstrative adjective. These shoes are not for sale. I've used these before my noun shoe, so this is a demonstrative adjective. Rekha and Rani are in the same class. So class, We use same to describe the class. It is used before a noun, therefore it is a demonstrative adjective. That boy topped the list. Boy is my noun, and that is the word that describes or points out at the boy. So that boy. Those girls which will take part in the drama. So those girls is the noun, and those is used to describe or point out at the girls. Therefore, it is a demonstrative adjective. So we know that demonstrative adjectives are this, that, these, those, and same. They are always used before a noun, and they are used to point out at something. Clear? The next type, let us now understand and learn about the next type of adjectives. Okay, this is something I'm sure your students we know, but I'll still revise it for you once. How do we identify between demonstrative adjectives and demonstrative pronouns? Look at the sentences, okay? This boy is mad. This is a mad boy. This mango is ripe. This is a ripe mango. These girls are smart. These are smart girls. That tree is broken. That is a broken tree. Now observe the difference between these two. This. Both the first sentences have this there. What is the difference? Here, this is used with the noun. Here, this is not used with the noun. Second sentence. This is used with the noun mango. This is not used with the noun mango. These is used with the noun girls, and here these is used without the noun girls. That is used with the noun tree, and here that is used without the noun tree. So the position of the noun is what matters when you have to identify whether it is an adjective or a pronoun. If the noun is exactly, after the word, it is a demonstrative adjective. And if the noun is not near the word that we are talking about, it is a pronoun. So with the noun, adjective, without the noun. Okay? So this is the difference between demonstrative adjectives and demonstrative pronouns. Next, as we have already done that, so next is distributive adjectives. Now, distributive word is derived from distribution. So, what are distributive adjectives? Distributive adjectives are those adjectives which tell you how something is distributed between the nouns or between the pronouns. For example, If I say each girl received prize, every child got happy, either road is broken, neither pen is working. Now, if you look at these four sentences, the words each, every, either, and neither, what are these words doing? These words in these sentences are telling us how things got distributed between the nouns. The first sentence, each girl received a prize. So, this is making sure to point out that each of the girl received a prize. So, the prize got divided equally among all the girls. Every child got happy. Again, it is telling us the fact that every child was happy. Again, distribution factor. Either road is broken. There are two roads and one of those two roads is broken. If I say neither pen is working, that means there are two pens and none of these pens are broken. So distributive adjectives, my dear students, are those which help you to distribute the things between the nouns taken together. Now again, there is a difference between a distributive pronoun and a distributive adjective. Okay. Let us look at a few sentences. Each of the girl received a prize. And for adjective, how is the sentence going to be framed? Each girl received a prize. So what is the difference between these two sentences? Here, in case of an adjective, the noun was used immediately next to the word each. So each was talking about the noun. Here, the word each is far away from the girl. So the noun is, or rather the word each is not dependent on the noun girl. So this is a pronoun. With a noun, it is an adjective. Without a noun, it is a pronoun. If I give you another example, either of the two roads is broken. And for adjective, either road is broken. Again, with noun, what is this? This is an adjective. Without a noun, this is a pronoun. So this is how we are going to differentiate between adjectives and pronouns throughout. Now let us look at the examples which are given in your book. Each man has his own opinion. Each is used with a noun, so it is an adjective. There are big trees on either side of the road. Again, either is used with a noun. It is an adjective. We drink tea every day. Every is used with day, which is a noun, so it is an adjective. Neither book was very interesting. Neither is used to describe the book, which was not interesting, so it is again a It is an adjective. Alright, so each, every, either, neither, these are the distributive adjectives. Now, as I told you, these words, each, either, and neither, are both distributive pronouns as well as the distributive adjectives. How do we identify? Let us again look at some of the examples. There are 4 boys and I have 4 apples, so I gave an apple to each. Each is used without a noun, so it is a pronoun. There are 4 boys and I have 4 apples, so I gave an apple to each boy. Here it is used with a noun, so it is an adjective. Both caps are too small, so I can't wear either. Either is used without a noun, so it is a pronoun. If we look at the other example, there was a chair on either side of the road. Either is used before the side of the door, which is a noun, so it is an adjective. I have 2 hats, but neither fits me properly. Neither does not have a noun next to it, so it is a pronoun. Neither girl can swim, but here neither has a noun next to it, so it is an adjective. I've read every book in the cupboard. Every is used along with a noun, book, so it is an adjective. So this is how, dear students, we are going to differentiate between an adjective as well as a pronoun. Okay? Now the word every means, when the word every is used, it means that the entire group, the whole of something is being talked about. The whole of something is being represented. Okay? Every girl, every boy, every class, every notebook. So, emphasis is on the entire thing. So, that is when we use whole or every. We also use every when we are talking about the indefinite number of something. Okay? For example, every child is special. Okay? If I say every child is special. Now here, do you know when I say every child, how many children in totality am I talking about? Is there any definite number that comes to your mind when I say every child is special? No. On the other hand, when I say each child is special, what comes to your mind? It comes to your mind that you're talking about each of the children individually, independently, or in small numbers. So every is used to talk about something which is indefinite, which is huge, and each is used to talk about small numbers. Next, we use either and neither, both when there are only 2 things in picture. When there is a positive choice that you have to make, we use either. When there is negative choice between the two, that is either of the 2 girls is smart. So that means one of the 2 girls is definitely smart. But when I say neither of the 2 girls is smart, that means none of the girls is smart. So either is used in a positive perspective and neither is used in a negative perspective. Okay. Next, we have the distributive adjectives, which they are always and always. This I taught you even when we did pronouns, if you remember. Distributive adjectives are always used with singular countable nouns and therefore have singular verbs. If I give you some more examples, each child is special. Each country is unique. Either girl is going for the movie. Neither boy is sitting quietly. So you see, with all these distributive adjectives, we use a singular verb after it. So I'm going to pause here, dear students, and in the next session, we are going to begin with the interrogative adjectives. So I'm going to pause here and we'll see you all soon in the next lecture. Thank you.